friend of a friend reached out and she was telling me she's tried everything. She really needs help. She's struggling. Teacher, antidepressants, morbidly obese, struggling since she was 10 years old. She said it runs in her family. A lot of diseases, a lot of health issues, liver problems, diabetes, and that's just like the beginning of it. About 5'3", 230 pounds. She's struggling. And she told me, I've tried everything, but I know you've heard that all the time. And I said, I've heard that all the fucking time. Everyone who's told me they've tried everything, when they're around me, I realize they haven't tried everything. They haven't tried the things they don't want to do. Or things the best way I can explain it is they've tried everything, but not in the right order and not long enough. Not with the right intensity. They're not consistently growing stronger every single workout. 1 year straight, non-negotiable, going, not busy, all those excuses, non-negotiable. We're not guessworking. We're seeing our numbers going up, the weight's going up, the reps going up, the rests are going less. We're keeping track of everything. In nutrition, we're keeping track of the amount of protein coming in, the carbs, fats, calories. That's controlled. Because when I run to morbidly obese people and they say they've tried everything, I look at them like, you're fucking fat. Not in a rude way, but just like, let's get real. If you starve yourself every single day on a beach, don't eat. You're on an island. You're lost. You're gonna go skinny. The body fat will come off, but it's not the way you want to do it. Don't get me wrong. Starving yourself, not the best idea. But there's something going on from a mindset that you're stuck with body fat on you. You can get rid of it. Everybody can get rid of it. So it's a mentality issue. There's something going on from the mindset, either nutrition or the workout. My job is to identify it. And it's a limiting belief. And once you override the limiting belief, a lot of people, they just need to see results over a long period of time. Over a blueprint, like I said, consistently long enough, growing stronger, right macros, right protein, carbs, and fats, and it's just like magic. And from my experience, a lot of people, their intensity is just not there. And it's hard with antidepressants, all those things. I have a relative, I even had clients too, but specifically this one relative, single mom, kid got way too tough. She's on antidepressants. Imagine this, the psychiatrist said you're stuck in this for the rest of your life. Imagine hearing that with a limiting belief. I told her, come with me, just come with me. You just, let me change your life. Let me show you what's possible. She came in the gym, after one workout, she's jumping up, bumping her up. She's got some bumping around, jumping, she's just bubbly. I just watched her on how she's telling me all the things she's gonna do, how her life's gonna change, just positive mentality, just radiating. That was day one. If that can be done for one day, that can be done for every single day. And that's the path to not just overcoming someone's depression and medication, it's the path to getting a leaner body. Because I noticed she wasn't eating much food. She lost her appetite. It was the drugs. The drugs are really powerful. And when a psychiatrist says you're stuck in this for the rest of your life, imagine a limiting belief. So she believes that, but now deep down inside, because she's got a taste of that one workout, now she knows it's possible. So has she tried everything? Not the right way. Next day, she was locked in her bed. She couldn't get out. Habits, deeply wired. And that's a problem. When you're comfortable and you're depressed, it's harder. It's a lot harder. But she got a dose of it. And this other relative's always telling me, you know, it's genetics, it's a problem. You know, she's stuck with it for the rest of her life. Her psychologist said she has to be on this medication for the rest of her life. I'm like, no, she doesn't. If you're living in a box with the way the world's operating, yeah, you do. But if you train it with a certain intensity, certain mindset, filter all the bullshit. Don't worry about the gym, don't worry about the equipment. You just need to get physically stronger. And you clean and lean long enough, consistent, 1 year straight, non-negotiable, just believe in yourself. I'd say 3 months just to really get it. It's magical. That's the thing about depression. You feel weak. We feel weak. So the goal is to overcome that, feel stronger, build some energy, build a positive mental attitude. And everything else reverses, all the disease, all the complications. Most people with all these things, the diseases and all these issues, I just tell people, first just stick with the fundamentals, get that right. And as humans, we're supposed to move. We're animals. We're supposed to be strong. But society, how it's structured, we're on chairs basically most of the day. We wake up, we're laying in the bed for 8 hours. We go brush our teeth. We're walking how long? Not much. We go into a car, chances are, drive to work, which is 40 minutes, which you're you're in a chair. Or you go on a bus or subway, maybe you're standing, but you're sitting again. You're just sitting for another 40 minutes. and you walk into your office, which is just say half a kilometer to a kilometer max. You sit down for another 8 hours. Maybe you walk to the bathroom and do a little walk break or lunch. It's another kilometer. You go back into your car, same routine. You're back in the house. You're sitting all fucking day. You do that for like 10 years straight, and then you add like emotional issues and triggers, and we use substances to mask it. No, it just fucks everybody up. Everybody up. Some people can be an antidepressant. Some people comfort foods are antidepressants. And when you're not feeding the body the right nutrients, and when we're stressed out, we're having way too much carbohydrates, and every time we're stressed, we're eating carbohydrates because cortisol triggers. Carbohydrates reduces cortisol. Let's just start with that, which leads to diabetes. So if someone's really, really stressed out, they're not dealing with something, they're going to go straight for the carbohydrates versus the workout itself. You see how it's all connected? It's all connected. Things can be complicated, but if you stick to the fundamentals and just build momentum, you won't be lazy. You build motivation ground up. Once you get a taste of that, you're like, wow, I got this to work. Holy shit. And then you just build that bulletproof process and system, guard it like it's your fucking life. The gym is like church. If you have the mentality, it's because it lifts your spirit. It taps into your inner God. You have that ability to just communicate with your soul. And you use your workout to build hope. You're building your body, you're building your self-confidence, you're building your self-image, you're growing as a human being. God is rewarding us for being strong. And we get a stronger mindset. It helps with our mental health, builds our emotions. And then when we do something difficult, when we don't want to do it, every single time push the edge of the envelope, that's when we lift our self-belief and the confidence builds up. We get a strong spirit. This is why we do it. This is how you build momentum. But when the nutrition's a bit off and the understanding in terms of how hard we need to train is not there, it's fucked. I just had this conversation with my barber the other day. It was about mental health. It was about homeless people. This is just a savage mentality. I understand that homeless people don't have the tools to understand. A lot of people who live on the streets have the ability to understand what's going on. But I'm like, do you realize how easy you guys have to snap out of it? Like if I told you just drink a bottle of water and just keep walking, how long? How long? Till you're fucking sober. Till you're like passed out from exhaustion. You're gonna snap yourself out of any negative mindset. How long is it gonna take you? 3 days, 36 hours to keep walking? I'm not saying you gotta walk 36 hours, but imagine you're down that rabbit hole, you smell like garbage, your clothes ripped, you smell like you're shitting yourself. Probably would do that. Everyone would snap out of it. But people have this mentality, it's like, oh, 20 minutes in the workout, I just gotta build my physique. If you have the mentality, you're there to just build yourself up and you keep pushing till you overrun the negativity, every single human being who's in a lot of emotional pain, obesity, physically, depression, medication addiction, turn into a fucking savage. A body that just is transformed, because once you get a taste of that grounding of the emotions, the uplifting of the spirit, you're like, whoa, I'm back to fucking normal. Holy shit. I was lost for like 10 years straight. This is what it feels like. Yeah, back to normal. Back to normal. And obviously there's a science behind strength training, tempos, reps, sets, how hard to push. And most people, like I said, from my experience, most people just don't push hard enough. And people, when they struggle in the gym, they look at everyone else around them with the bodies and they're like, well, they're pushing as hard as they should be. How do you know they're not gonna get comfortable? Here's a pro tip. Out of 100, I used to work in a corporate gym, and they have the most amount of, it's I think the second or third largest private gym around the world. It's Canadian. 1 out of 36 Canadians have a membership to it. No names. I don't want to badmouth it because I think they're doing a good cause. Put it this way, but I know the stats. Out of every 100 members that sign up to do a gym, 50% of them cancel by the first month, and the other 50% cancel by the 6-month mark. Out of 100 people, the amount of times people are going 3 times a week to the gym is 5. And the amount that are going almost every day is less than 1%. The average amount of time a gym member, out of all 1 out of 36 Canadians, is about 1 million. Million members of Canadian, the average amount of times they go to the gym is 1.7 times per month. That's why people struggle. They're looking for that winner. They're not there. And that's not even they're growing. They're consistent. Just because someone's consistent doesn't mean they're growing. Which leads back to the intensity, the right amount of pushing, driving. And when you keep track of it, it builds a lot of confidence every single fucking time. I've lost count of how many workouts I've gone to the gym and I just kept pushing till I was just positive. I just can remember I was just like, negativity's still here. And then I just realized as I pushed harder and harder, it went down. I'm like, am I solved yet? It's 40 minutes into the workout. No, keep going, keep going. I just feel my emotions change and change and change. And eventually there's a tipping point. Sometimes I obviously had things to do and responsibilities. So maybe I can only do 20, 30 minutes, but I still went through my day and I went back after the next day and the next day. This is just like really emotional times, really negative times. It takes about really like sometimes like 24 to 72 hours to really get over it. But in reality, you can get snapped out of in within an hour. Everybody, it's just how hard can they push and other things. When you do it over and over and over and over again, you have an outlet. You have an ability to just ground your emotions. That's how I started. I remember growing up as a kid, I was depressed, I was miserable. I was just like, within 24 hours, I was just negative. I don't know what the fuck was going on. It's puberty, bullying, no friends, loner, finances, I was basically a broke kid. So I was just like, what do I do? I'm just sitting behind the computer all day playing. I felt like a nerd at that point. It didn't matter if I was getting A+ or anything. My grades didn't matter. I felt negative. I felt like total shit. My society's telling me to get A+, but I feel off. I want an A+ in feelings and emotions. I want that. I want to feel confident. So that's all I did. That's all I focused on. How do I feel good and confident about myself? In reality, I'm in the human energy business. If you really want to think about it, human movement's energy and nutrition's energy. When you have the right amount of calories, which is energy, protein, carbs, and fats, which is also calories, and it's dialed in correctly to give you the right hormonal profile to speed up your metabolism and build the body up, which is more energy, and you get stronger, which is more energy, and you also get healthier. When you're healthier, you're more energetic, and you get happier, which is more energetic. So in the end of the day, when you move correctly and you eat correctly, you just feel more energetic. So if people really want to know what I really do for a living, I'm in the human energy business. This is how I can be out here at like almost 4 a.m. running on about how many hours of sleep? 30 minutes of sleep. I'm not promoting low sleep. I'm just showing people what's possible. Okay, I did a workout too. I did sprints and stuff like that. The blueprint's out there. The mindset's out there. The solution's out there. People have to start looking outside the box. The more of a rebel someone is deep down inside, or they just realize society has kind of fucked them, the more they'll be a better client for someone like me. I deal with two kinds of people: high performing elite athletes, or people in the very bottom who are lost. The middle, never the best. People who are morbidly obese, very weak, shy, insecure, self-image issues, a lot of medical issues. They just want to get really healthy and feel strong again. Depression, just something's just destroying their life, and they need a way out. They're my people. People who are high-performing savages, warriors, they're my people too. Because the other side of the pain is a level up. The ones that are in the most pain, they listen to their heart, and they're saying their heart saying, I need to exercise, I need to eat clean, I get rid of medication, I need to get my life in order. Those are the chosen ones. The middle people, they just realize, I don't need to do my biceps, I'll exercise 3 times a week for the vacation. They're not my people. As much as I would love to help them, it's just their mindset's all off. They haven't accepted it yet. All right, so this is for people who say they tried everything. I'm gonna say this again. Maybe you've tried everything you want to do. Maybe you've tried everything in an order that doesn't work effectively, and maybe you haven't tried it long enough. The minute you start doing things in the right order, the right process, with the right amount of intensity that's always growing, things work out like magic. If I told someone don't eat any protein, have 2,000 calories of carbs, and run every single day, the outcome is completely different from an emotional, physical standpoint, energetic standpoint. And someone I tell them you have 2,000 calories from just protein versus just carbs, you tell them to do strength training, the body is going to completely morph in a completely different way. One will build them up and build them more energy. The other one's going to fuck their hormones up, because you need protein, you need healthy fats. If anything, carbohydrates is out of the 3 macros are the most unessential one. It's not a bad or good thing. It just depends on the case by case scenario, which is a whole different conversation. All right, people. Just a bit of reflection post. Just remember, deep down inside, have you really tried everything? Love you.